Aloha! Welcome everybody to Lillian's Vegan World, coming to you live from gorgeous downtown Honolulu. Welcome to the show. This is where we talk about the plant-based diet and anything vegan. Today I'm actually having my first guest from my beloved Japan, from a city north of Japan called Sendai. My guest today is my dear friend Lena Takahashi. Hi Lena, welcome to the show.
Hi, Lilian. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. It's very exciting for me to have someone from gorgeous Sendai, a place where I lived for 30 years. And you have been there for how long, Lena?
17 years.
Wow. Isn't that strange that I only met you like literally a week before I was leaving Sendai to come and move to Hawaii, having been in the same city and just not ever crossing paths. So very interesting.
I know, I was thinking about the same, but I'm glad that I could catch you before you left. So
Yes, me too.
yeah.
Lena, so happy to have you on the show. I'm very excited to tell people about what you do. You are living in Sendai, and you are actually a Reiki master and co-founder of Healing Land Reiki.
Reiki, yes.
Reiki, okay. So you were co-founding this with your husband?
Yes, yes.
Awesome. So a lot of people, including myself, don't know much about Reiki. So I would love for you, first of all, to introduce yourself, and then we'll talk a little bit about basically what Reiki is. So tell us about yourself, Lena.
Okay. Yeah, I originally born in Ukraine, and I live in Japan pretty much half of my life. So I'm not native speaker, so pardon in case I make some small mistakes. So I speak Russian, Ukrainian, Japanese, English, and 4 years ago I came into Reiki, and that's what I do for now. Really happy to share Reiki with the world.
Awesome. So people are probably wondering why you are on my show when I just mentioned my show is about the plant-based diet and veganism. But basically, I think when you start taking charge of your health, and in particular when you go on a plant-based diet, which is what I promote and which is what I think is one of the healthiest diets out there, you start kind of wanting or searching for other things that can help with your well-being, your overall health and well-being. So this is why I've asked you to come on the show to share with us the secrets to Reiki, which seems to be really helping people with their overall, health and well-being. So, by the way, you only speak four languages?
So far, yes.
That's amazing. And for anyone who wants to know, Lena is very fluent in Japanese. So you also conduct your Reiki classes in Japanese and English.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
we'll get
exactly.
into that more later on. Lena,
Thank
tell
you.
us about Reiki, what it is and how it works for people.
Okay. Reiki is a Japanese method for stress reduction that promotes healing on all levels. So basically, it's a good for heart, body, and mind. And it's a great life management tool that can be applied for any life situation. That's how short I can put it.
No, that's fantastic. That's very, in a nutshell, you just pretty much explained it very, very clearly. I found when I was looking into Reiki to prep for this show with you, I did come across a few things I would like to mention, if you don't mind. First of all, where the word Reiki comes from, the Japanese or Chinese characters, Rei, which means God's wisdom or the higher power, and Ki, which a lot of people are familiar with. Ki is the life force energy. So it makes a lot of sense. According to Wikipedia, I'm going to quote Wikipedia, they say that Reiki is a form of alternative medicine called energy healing. Reiki practitioners use a technique called palm healing or hands-on healing, through which a universal energy is said to be transferred through the palms of the practitioner to the patient in order to encourage emotional or physical healing.
Yes, exactly.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. Let me put some disclaimer to it that, whatever we will be talking now on, it's not, we're not trying to substitute medical treatments.
Absolutely.
Um, Everything is going, in support for whatever treatments or therapy person having. So it's, great tool to combine with anything you do to enhance your benefits with the main treatments or medical treatments. So yeah, that's what I wanted to add.
Awesome. Thank you, Lena, for adding that. That's
Hmm. Hmm.
very important to know.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
how did you come across Reiki, and how long have you been
Hmm.
practicing Reiki, and when
Hmm.
did you become a Reiki master?
Hmm. Yes. I like, during we are now going through the major shift, like energetic shift in the world. And I think it hit me like 5 or 6 years ago. And I started to think that maybe there's something I need to change within myself. And due to some things that I needed to change in myself, first was diet. I started to actually go into vegan diet and learning about what is, how to eat vegan and all kind of things. And maybe like couple years afterwards, that's when I went to India. And after my trip, I came back really like not feeling myself. And when I would go to the hospital, they would say, well, there's nothing wrong with you. But I really feel like I'm like covered with something and I'm not present here. I don't know where I was. So, and my friend recommended me to have like Reiki session, and I made appointment, and lady came and had 1 hour session with me, and I was just amazed the way, it worked for me. It's kind of brought me back. I started to feel a lot of like ideas and a lot of guidance of what I would want to do in the future. And it's kind of like had everything like for me, just like right after one session. And then I started to have every month or once or twice Reiki just treatments for myself. And what I started to learn about Reiki is that you don't need to have a special ability to do Reiki for others. So that's how I was like, oh, really? So I just need to join the class and have my training, and I can do the same. So, and that's how I got into Reiki.
Awesome. Once you find
Mhm.
your passion in life, you have nowhere to go
Yeah,
but forward with it and to share it.
yeah,
So, what you're
yeah.
doing is amazing, and I wish you all the luck there on your new journey.
Thank you.
You actually worked for a Japanese company, which I'm not going to get into, but
Hmm.
so you made a huge change in your life
Yes.
recently.
Hmm.
And as we just spoke of, you are now a Reiki master there in Sendai,
Hmm.
Japan.
Yes.
Lena,
Hmm.
we're going to take a look at some of the photos that you have
Hmm.
prepared for us and go through a little
Okay.
bit of your journey here. So it all
Hmm.
started off with the first photo.
Oh my God.
You look gorgeous in the kimono. Yeah. Was this how many years ago was this taken?
Yeah, you can see it's 2004. It's something like 16 years ago.
Okay.
I was
Wow.
going to Japanese wedding, so just as
Beautiful.
a attendant. Yeah.
Uh-huh. How awesome.
Yes.
Yes, because you did mention that you are originally from the Ukraine.
Yes.
So you've gone very far away from your roots and have found
Yes.
a beautiful life in Japan. I know how wonderful it is to live in Japan, and the 30 years I was
Hmm.
there really just unforgettable, and very grateful to have
Yeah.
spent that time there.
Yeah.
Let's have a
Yeah.
look at the next one, Lena.
Okay.
Now,
Hmm.
this I'm guessing, well, it's obvious that this is the technique that you use, the palm
Hmm.
healing or hands-on healing.
Yes. Yes. This is just to show people briefly like how it can be done. usually you would be just laying on the table and just relaxing, and Reiki practitioner would place their hands or however you're comfortable, and it promotes whatever you need for that moment. So you can also be sitting like this and just have a quick Reiki, like to recharge you. We usually do it often to, when you're just busy during the day, or you're just stressing out, and just like, okay, for 5 minutes, let me just pause. And you can do it for yourself once you've gone through some basic classes, or you can have somebody do it for you.
Okay.
So that's why I put this picture.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. That actually was one of my questions, whether you can actually do Reiki alone.
Yes. Yeah, one of the things that I also was drawn to it, because usually you have to have somebody to have any therapy or something, but with Reiki you also can have your self-healing. You can just place your hands wherever you feel tension or pain, and then Reiki start to flow and will make you relax, or whatever you need at that moment. So that's a great to have, not just for others, is really mainly is for you first.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Awesome. Let's take a look at the next photo.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
These are very important people in the Reiki world, I believe.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So to answer your question, how long I've been Reiki master, is I first trained with my yoga teacher, who is half Japanese, half Hawaiian. He was in Tokyo, so I started my training with him. And then as I was going through my training, I met these two wonderful people. This is William Rand and Colleen Benelli. And they were going to Kyoto, Mount Krama. Mount Krama is the birthplace of Reiki, and they were just going to make some videos, or just to visit place. And that was the time when I met them, and they got idea that, hey, why don't we have Reiki class on Mount Krama? So I were asked to help to organize the class, and the picture underneath is the ryokan, some Japanese style inn. Okay. That we have our training, and it's on the mountains. So yeah, I got my level up training with William Rand and Colleen Benelli. So I had so far few teachers, and continuously expanding my knowledge about Reiki.
That's excellent. And I'm looking at this next photo here with a little four-legged friend. This is your gorgeous cat. How adorable. She's helping promote your Reiki classes in Japan with healing and Reiki. Lena, we actually have just a minute before our break. Okay. And then when we get back after the break, I do want to talk about how people can get in contact with you, how we can come to your classes, and get into more details about reaching out to you and finding a way to do some Reiki with you.
Okay, so, thank you.
Do stay tuned. We're going for a quick break, and we'll be back right after with more of Lillian's Vegan World.
Aloha, I'm Keisha King, host of Crossroads in Learning on Think Tech Hawaii. On Crossroads in Learning, our guest and I discuss all aspects of education here in Hawaii and throughout the country. You can join us for stimulating conversations to enrich, enliven, and educate. We are streamed live on Think Tech bi-weekly at 4 p.m. on Mondays. Thanks so much for watching our show. We look forward to seeing you then. Aloha.
Hi, I am Yukari Kunisue, host of Konnichiwa Hawaii, Think Tech Hawaii's Japanese program, broadcasting every Monday from 2 p.m. I usually invite a guest in Japanese language community who does interesting things, and I'd like to share stories with you guys. Please tune in and listen to Konnichiwa Hawaii.
Aloha and welcome back to Lillian's Vegan World, where we talk about the plant-based diet and anything vegan. I'm so excited to have my guest Lena Takahashi from Sendai, Japan. She's the co-founder of Healing Land Reiki. Welcome back again, Lena. So lovely to have you on and learn about this awesome Reiki that is obviously fantastic for you, and more people should definitely delve into it.
Thank you.
Happy to
Definitely.
have you back. Lena, tonight
Thank you.
my pleasure. Tonight here in Honolulu, I am going to be part of a vegan festival. Tonight at the Good Vibe Centre from 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. There's going to be 4 or 5 vegan vendors selling lots of awesome plant-based food games, raffles, massage, haircuts, lots of fun and games to be had. So anyone who is in the area, in the downtown sort of area, do stop by. I think it's going to be a really great night, and I would love to meet some of you and have you taste some awesome plant-based food. So that's what I'm doing. Back to you, Lena, and Reiki. How does someone get in touch with you if they want to learn more about it and attend one of your classes?
Okay, you need to go to healinglandreiki.com. That's our website. So you can get class schedules, or you can have contact information below. So you can either give me a call, or you can send me an email. In case the dates that's on the classes we have on the website is not convenient for you, you can also organize with me private training. Private training can be in northern Japan, Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai City, or if you would like to have, let's say, one-on-one training on Mount Krama, which is Kyoto, we can also arrange classes in different locations in Japan.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah. So just...
I was going to ask, can you work with someone who is not living in Japan?
Yes. So for the classes, you have to come to Japan, or attend any classes in the world that we may have. We don't do classes online, but what you can have is Reiki. Also, you can also have Reiki session being in your home. So it's called distance Reiki session. Right now we have a subscription plan that you can have to Reiki session for very affordable price. You can also check that on our website on the session section. And you can get your appointment with me, or it shouldn't be subscription. You can just get one session and see how it feels for you over the distance, or of course in-person appointment available too.
Great. Well, another excuse to go and visit Japan if you're watching this show and you're not there. This is a great opportunity, and maybe get a Reiki session in with you at the same time. Awesome.
Yes, definitely.
A lot of information about Reiki online, Lena, has come to these 8 things that I'm seeing on most websites about what Reiki is believed to be able to do. If you don't mind, I'd like to read some of them.
Okay.
I think it makes it very clear that Reiki is, absolutely something you should consider bringing into your lifestyle. So Reiki is believed to be able to promote deep relaxation, relieve stress and anxiety, promote pain relief, ease muscle tension, give peace of mind and body, increase rate of recovery from injury, energize and balance the whole body, and strengthen the immune system.
Yes.
It's pretty full on, and if it can help with all of those things, then definitely something to think about practicing a bit.
Yes. First, what people can do is go with their beginning level. We teach Reiki level 1 and 2. You need 2 full days to attend the class. or you can also split to have only Reiki level 1, or after that, when you feel guided, to go to the level 2. But if you have time and you feel guided, go and just have 2 days of class, and it will give you great foundation to use Reiki in your life as a life management tool. And after you feel guided to go further, maybe after 6 months, when you get used to the energy, when you practice on yourself or your family, then if you want to go further, then you can go for 3 days class to be a Reiki master.
Wow, interesting.
Yes.
When you
Yes.
practice Reiki, do you and your husband do it, or do you go and see your master or your mentor or someone that you work with? How do you do it, out of curiosity?
Yeah, I do. I work on myself always, pretty much. It's like use Reiki everywhere. And when I really want this like human touch, I would say, like I ask my husband to give me like full Reiki session. But sometimes, like when it's our family, sometimes we like, no, I think for this one, I want to go to my like my Reiki master. So I would have a Reiki session with my teacher. And what the mistake that I had when I had my own training, I was like, okay, now I don't need to see a Reiki practitioner. I can do it on my own. But once you move further on your like healing journey, or whatever you're in your life, you sometimes need to have someone who would look at your energy field, who would kind of give you opinion from the outside. So I pretty much continuously doing the sessions with someone done for me.
That's awesome, Lena. I wish that people do contact you, especially the people that are nearby, because when I first met you, I felt a really strong energy from you, I must say, and I'm very aware of the energy around me. I always have been, and I can tell when I'm either going to be comfortable with the person I'm just meeting, or it's just not going to work for me. But I remember the first time that I met you, we were having lunch with some girls, and you asked me if I had a pain on the right side of my back. And I had been suffering for months with this, pinched nerve that was running up the right-hand side of my back, just right up the spine to my neck. So I thought that was very interesting. Yes, very observant of you. So I do hope that people contact you and definitely try it out, something new. Lena, when you are talking about energy, pure energy, and energy that just makes you feel good, do you, for example, after a Reiki session, do you think about what you eat?
Yes, of course, it's important what you eat, and like where you go. For example, if possible, I advise people just to go to the quiet place, like try not to go to the party, or in Japan we have izakaya, some type of like Japanese style bar, and have drinks with their friends and eating everything. Of course, you still need some, because Reiki not just working during the sessions once you leave, it's continue working on you. So of course you need to have some light food if possible, drink more warm water, and not to feel too heavy, because each person reacts to the session differently. So they may sometimes just skip the meal and just go to sleep and rest, whatever they feel their body need for them.
Good advice. Yeah, that's excellent advice. Here's something that might interest people here. So I love tea. I'm actually not a coffee drinker. I drink a lot of tea, and obviously I'm vegan, plant-based diet. But after I meditate, or I do meditate and I do power yoga, and I am what you said resonates with me, because I also like to be quiet and put something nice into my body, a nice hot cup of tea or something something like that.
Mhm.
Lena, I'm actually the only chef here on not only in Honolulu or Oahu, but in the whole of Hawaii that does 7-course vegan
Wow. Mhm.
menus. So this is my latest one that I'm doing once a month. I'm going to show you a
Mhm.
picture here of my high tea. This is a 7-course high tea. This is only the first 3 courses, believe
Oh
it or
my
not.
God, this is so beautiful.
Yeah, that's the 3 courses, and then there's 4 more courses after that. Here are some, just some little things. There's a full tea selection. The tea is excellent. There's
Mhm.
about 30 different teas that I provide, and everybody chooses their own tea throughout the 3-hour dining experience. Everything is homemade, the pastries, the bread, the cheese, everything. And
Wow.
here's another closer look. I'll show you another photo. Or maybe that was the last one. So the other photo I think was, yeah, okay, back to that one. Thank you, Melissa. So that's my 7 courses I do once a month, and all of my information is on my website, lilianvegan.com, my social media, YouTube, Lillian Vegan, and Facebook, all Lillian Vegan. You can find out more information and see what I'm getting up to on the island. So, Lena, we are getting close to closing time. As we, before
Okay.
we say goodbye to the viewers, I would love for you to give a final message before we close the show.
Okay, thank you for having me here. And if you're interested in learning Reiki, we have upcoming group class on Mount Krama, which will be in the end of April. So, and also when you stay on Mount Krama, the ryokan, the Japanese inn, there will be able to provide food for according to your needs. It can be vegan and whatever gluten-free, whatever you need can be provided. And Lilian, you know, it's difficult in Japan to be providing that kind of services, but I'm also working on, having that to be arranged for our students.
Awesome, that's great. Well, thank you, Lena, for joining us, and pleasure talking to you. Good luck with everything, and I hope that people do contact you. Thank you, everyone, for watching another episode of Lillian's Vegan World. See you in 2 weeks' time for more vegan fun. Aloha.